Hello everyone, welcome again to Let's Play Final Fantasy V Board Job Fiesta 2013. Now I looked up, got my class, I ended up with a white mage. So first things first, put on that dress. So yeah, we had to get Bart some new equipment. Or do, yes we do, trust me. We only need one broadsword and one staff. Okay, everyone's armored up. Do I have enough? I may not have enough cash to get the white magic, which doesn't really matter much. I mean, early on we're going to be perpetually poor. Soon it will somewhat ease off. We got the important... Oh! Yay, we had enough. Now, of course, the main flaw of this is now we have nothing for any other spells, or items, or anything, which is really unfortunate. So what we're going to do is first we're going to finish all the side quests in here, and then move on to greener and more profitable pastures. Oh, wait. It's a requirement to... Ah, get out! Get out! God! First... I will just offer this without any comments. I'm sure none of you need commentary on it. I certainly don't want any commentary on it. But no, what we're really here for is piano lessons. We got piano skills. This, of course, is very vital for the bard that we get skilled at playing the piano. But let's check in on Ferris, since he's very tired. Of course, we act like goofs. I won't read it either because this is still in the awkward monologue stage. I mean, I think I'm almost done with it. Actually, it's only this one thing up ahead. Then you guys can watch the rest. I mean, again, if you really want to know the plot, you can look it up. You can look it up elsewhere. Oh, which reminds me, there's an item in here, a potion, free potion, nothing to talk about, much. Zoc will not give us the key, so of course we wait, and then realize, you know, I want to reminisce about the past. So anyway, enough of that speeding up. At this point, I think I'll stop the speed ups because the rest is a bit more vital for everyone to hear. So please enjoy this new change, and I hope it works as well for you as it does for me. Yep, reminding of Bart's folks. Totally not dead. I'm very bad at hiding spoilers, by the way. By the way, if you hear background noise, I have a fan running. It's very hot at all times, pretty much, recently. So, yay, done. So, let's head back and leave, now that we've done everything here. I mean, oh. Which reminds me. Sorry, I always forget to optimize usually. So, time to leave. Okay, I lied. I will skip past this because it's more sentimental stuff which isn't that relevant. Okay, there we go. It seems to have caught up again. Again, I know that's messing up with the timing, it's just after watching this several times, but we still have an errand to run. Okay. Sorry, I forget all the 4-character monologues in this game. I mean, we haven't been introduced to any of the more interesting characters. So our first priority is to head back to the cave we were in, because free potions. And who doesn't like free? Specifically, we're doing this because we need to say hi to Boko. Boko is he's the 5th light warrior, or the 6th, depending if you count Gilgamesh or not. Strange, that didn't fire. Now Bartz is our most effective party member. Because his attacks are now magical. So yeah, part of me is wanting to get the free cash in this cave, which is always nice. The other half of me is just like, eh. It's plot, it's potions, it's mostly potions actually. It's actually because it will take a little bit to get the actual money grind spot. So this is the best place we have. For the most part. I mean, there's other places that can work, but not as well as what will be coming up. Including our strategy to beat some of the more annoying bosses in the game. One kill here, another kill here. Ah. Strange, Bulbor didn't do as well. That damage variation. No damage. Ferris will never survive. Sorry. As you know, I tend to tune up the sarcasm in these early areas. Anyway. Sacrifice to me. Let's go see Boko. Oh. That's what that switch is for. I've always wondered that. Oh. Pirate's treasure. And we get 300 more gil too for our expenses, which will pay off once we actually make it to, not Waltz, but... Ah, come on, don't eat Boko. Speak to me, Boko. You are my only friend. Well, I can really consider friend instead of a 5-minute acquaintance I decided to save the world with. Like some random World of Warcraft party. Sorry, I had to think that through for some reason. Kill it with fire. Or with stabbing it because we don't have fire. We will have fire. You'll see that I really like my rods. Oh god. Okay, so as I covered in my last video at the end, unless you chose to skip it because nothing else was happening. The main thing about the magic, about white mages, is you got the best force of healing in the game except for maybe White Wind, and even then White Wind only has one target. I mean, you got Healaga, you have Holy, you have Arise, you have all the most powerful spells that make White Mage worth it. All for essentially free. I mean, the only disadvantage is that White Mages don't really have damage output. You saw that 9? That's a summary of Bulbor until we get at least a flail, probably another weapon. I mean, fortunately the flail can hit just as effectively in the back row, or I would not want to be it. And actually a panda is fairly, I mean, not a panda. Sorry, I'm skipping to the end. Garuda is really going to be easy this time around. Yay. So now that we've acquired our vital potions, we can leave this inlet and, oh, there's the inlet we want to be at. So just noting our stats right now, because we're going to have to fight actually 2 boss fights before we get to see a town again. Lena, Kuluf pick up their own levels, bringing their HP more up to par. Hopefully we won't have to use too many potions for this battle. This is probably one of the more difficult battles early on, just to the nature of one. Oh god. Okay, phew. Sorry, game froze up for a moment, I was worried. Oh, come on, Lena. All because I wasn't healing. I'm a horrible white mage. No, in seriousness, I wanted to conserve MP. But I always do it on this area whenever I ran it with a white mage. I seem to forget that white mage is kind of useless except for healing against most enemies. But you see me, I just attack them for no good reason. So, I guess we head back and instead get a random encounter. Whoa. Also, another good news is we'll be able to exploit elemental weaknesses a lot more efficiently against the 2 barrier change bosses. Especially if we somehow, luckily, get a Mystic Blade. Actually, if we get a Mystic Blade, that's one of them. I'll get to it on the water crystal. And Ferris is starting to kick a lot more ass. No clue what the change is. Maybe inspired by the death of Lena, she's striking harder. Maybe the RNG keeps getting her critical hit. Well, effective hits. I don't think there's critical hits yet. That most bull thing. I really hate these encounters. I mean, obviously I want to avoid running away until I know I don't have a knight, because I'd really love... Ah! Stop it! I don't love you! You are an octopus, I am a human. It is love not meant to be. Except in really weird Japanese fanfiction. Which then, still not meant to be. Oh well, now we have potions so we can buy tents. which we also need desperately. We are short on all items. Unfortunately, we spent all money on stuff. So first end, we can revive Lena just by resting at the end. This is actually why it effectively revives people, the tents and cottages. It's because they simulate the a lot of the end effects, one of which, of course, is the revival. Why did I leave? This is actually, believe it or not, for a while I did not know this shop existed. So let's bring ourselves to a nice 18 potions. That will allow us to heal outside of battle, and so where you don't use parts except when you have to. And actually, cure is kind of useless because the same job is done by potion, except everyone does it. But in seriousness, Lena just gets hit today. That's what today is. Punch Lena, the innocent person, in the face today. Okay. Oh god, Octokrakens. These are the worst enemies in this area. I hate them with a passion. They are evil incarnate, and no one should love them. And if you do love them, you're a sad human being. Okay, so here we are just before the first real boss. I mean, you saw I only mashed, believe it or not, I only mashed J the entire Guru Love battle? Yeah. So this is the first real one. Yeah, so we opened the sealed monster, you know, classic hero stuff. Think you're solving an evil, accidentally release it. Eh. And believe it or not, we do this 3 times in this game. So yeah, we're one major screw-ups of a hero. I believe our ship is sinking. Is our ship sinking? No, Sildra is. Sildra, never give up. Never surrender. And here comes the first boss of the game. He immediately starts by shutting down Ferris. If we do a Libra on him, you can see he's level 5, has 650 HP, and is vulnerable to lightning. Now, of course, we don't have lightning, we don't have black mages. So we're going to have to opt for the classic punch him until he dies routine. Popularized in every RPG ever made. Of course, it involves taking a weapon and hitting it on your enemy until they die. Fortunately, he doesn't really have the damage output to maintain it, so this is another one of those battles which could be hard, except the fact that by nature it's easy. Incidentally, yes, they do have no way of blocking or getting shields, so Ferris is probably our best melee person by definition at the moment. I mean, I think Blue has higher base stats, but that's it. Yeah, let's just focus on the attack for now. Ferris can take one more hit pretty easily without blinking. See, now I have to heal her, but she took the first one quite well. And back up 80. It's a very simple system. It's a system I love. And now it used Tail Screw. Probably the nastiest ability. Tail Screw essentially brings you down to single digits. Now, if we ended up with a blue mage somehow next, then we could learn Deathclaw, which gives a similar attack to us. Which is hilariously overpowered and breaks the first part of the game. We have won. See, as a first boss, it's not that hard. We will see much harder things. However, now we have to face tragedy. I mean, other than the fact we got a free text. Which isn't really tragic, but to each their own. Instead, we have to deal with the fact that Sildra has been captured. Oh, tragedy. No, Silja. Ferris, stop freaking out. That's all you do. I believe Silja sinks now. Now to say something completely out of taste, you sunk my Sildra! Okay, I'm sorry, couldn't resist. I make up these jokes as I go along, and no matter how bad, I will say them. So I apologize to all of your sensitivities early on. So yeah, now we feel kind of bad for Ferris, because his weapon, his fish thing died. Okay, do I really have to keep the spoilers? I'll keep the spoilers until then. I'm just saying I'm glad they stop soon. Now, we're sailing for days. Okay, this is another thing I'll wait for until we get to here. We have crashed. I mean, literally we go through transports like, oh, we got a new ship, it broke. We got a new ship, it broke. We got a new ship, can only use it once. Got a new ship, it broke. This game doesn't like ships. Yep, all the reason to get out. Now, before I do anything, let's rest for the night. Just because it's reflexive and will make me feel better. So first things first, getting Bart's damage output acceptable. We're about to get the best weapon until we can head back to Tycoon and break the early game. Oh my, rocks appeared out of nowhere. So yes, this clever Easter egg is that they hit a flail here. A flail is essentially, it's a staff. The main thing is that it's not fully effective in the back row, so Bulbor will at least go to the front row for a little bit so he can use the most out of it. Then we'll head up and fight the first encounters of this area. Skeletons are relatively common, and actually this area is the first place you can get elixirs, though it's not a reliable draw. Now our second trick is maintaining MP. Oh no! So the skeletons just throw damage out, not much. This is a really boring area, except for the fact that you can get elixirs fairly early, but you could always get them relatively early. We get a lot of money, Galoof and Ferris get a level. At least some things of value came out of that. So looking at it, both Galoof and Ferris have now passed the 100 HP threshold, and this gap will continue to grow. Got the tents because you always need tents or cottages. It makes MP restoration much easier. Yeah, Ferris, you're kind of being a wimp right now. I mean, are you a man or are you a mouse? Gonna wait. And killed two. Okay. With that healing up, let's move on and encounter our next thing. As with all Final Fantasy games, encounter rate is always fun and high. Of course, I personally am a fan of random encounters, so I'm fine with this, but to each their own. Some people really dislike the mechanic, and I can see why. It is dull and repetitive. Once you've seen every enemy, an enemy is on a map you can justify. So I personally think it's more a result of bad. It's being lazy, I should say. But that's my personal opinion. We'll not bring that up. Because this is for charity, people. Just a reminder, in the link below is the link to the festival host site. Please go there, donate. You can still join, though you can't start with Berserker risk. Just do anything and help raise some money for people. Kids in hospitals. I mean, seriously. I mean, even some of the most basic pledges require almost no time to complete. And they pay off fully. Pick us up a Phoenix down. Let's prevent ourselves from having to use it by healing the loop up. Actually, let's throw a general heal down on everyone. Oh, so sad, we lost potion charges. Oh, the room of broken floors. First stage with broken floors. We have to walk up because the tile right next to the dry spot will drop you down, which is a pain for everyone. Bart's, of course, has fish in his pants, no comment. And Lena will change while we guys change. After lighting a fire because we're not stupid. Yay, turning clothes off. Nothing will go wrong. And something just went wrong. Guess what? This is the thing you guys all already knew. Yay, woman. Okay, so finally I can call Lennis her again and she. Yeah, so Lena, not Lena, Ferris. Ferris is probably the best physical fighter. Unlike Bart's, which is really I mean, if you really boil it down, Bart's is the ultimate generalist. She's pretty much the ultimate, I mean, penultimate specialist. I mean, Krill, which you'll know forever in the future, will also be good at agility. Now, with that, I guess we'll just complete this stage. Not much. Yep, that's true. Ferris is Ferris, dude. So let's head up and solve some of our problems. Now, since that fully healed us, this is really just a saved circle. But say you went forward and realized you didn't have the power to make it all the way, which I don't know how you do that, but then you can return there, which is probably one of the better design choices. So first, we need to, well, so yeah, the skeleton should go down relatively fast, like you see, and we earn some gil and all the other fillings. I don't have no clue why I came here. There's nothing on this ship, except more random encounters. It's the next ship with which good stuff. So believe it or not, we can get more goodies, like a map. course, this is the first real true plot item, other than the crystals. Oh good, antidote. Incidentally, if you couldn't guess, we will be using antidotes during this next fight. It's almost a guarantee unless we get really lucky. Which sometimes you do! I mean, go stop getting hit, it costs potions. You know how much those things cost? It's not worth it, man. It's not worth wasting my money. Antidote, and then Phoenix Down. Yeah, they really throw Phoenix Downs at you a lot early on because alone they cost 1,000 gil per, which you can tell why that's a little unreasonable. Yeah. So actually the thing I like about 5 is the pacing's much better than the other game with Jobs 3. So, I mean, in 3 it takes you forever to get all jobs. I'm actually at the boss already. Oops, I forgot to heal. Oh well, it doesn't really matter much. This is another really easy boss, of course. This game is very easy and very merciless. So, first we have Stella, which is my Bulbor's mother. Pretty sure my mother doesn't have green hair, so I don't know why Bulbor does. Moving on, we have the illustrious King Tycoon, which attracts Lena and Ferris, because Ferris is stupid. And now they're sleeping. Now comes our final tempting. I'm sorry, I failed. I must have gotten the game over. However, we have Galoof, which has no clue what's going on. Sorry about shouting. But yes, Galoof saves the day through his own ignorance, which just shows stupidity does help in the long run, which I'm sure we all enjoy that. Anyway, so, I guess with that, sorry, I decided to pick up my audio turn in to see if that could boost the audio. Let me do that a little bit more, and, oh, that's playback speed. Oops. I thought that was playback amplitude. Sorry. Yes, you would, Galoof. You're very stupid. Okay, that should maybe work. Sorry, I thought I was boosting audio, since I know it doesn't sound very loud. I have to boost this audio. At least somewhat. Slap Bartz in the face. Galoof, you have the right to do that. You are the best old man in this game. Hopefully I don't roll a berserker on you. I don't want to have to go against Gilgamesh with only a berserker. I've done it, it's not fun. It's annoying. And it makes our final party member pretty bad once we get Galoof. Once Galoof unfortunately leaves our party. Since Galoof really doesn't belong here. He's old, he's ancient. Now here comes the main battle. He does not use silence against the one person which it matters against. Now, if anything, Bulbor's gonna go to the back row. It's not very useful until the second phase of combat. I'm sorry, the even phases of combat. Instead, he can just go and throw heal out, cure out. Which is good enough, because that's all he's good for in this fight. Throwing cure out both ways. Galoof continues to not care and just throws attacks on. And this is the universal problem, is that always it's protects. Always, always, always. One more spell? Oh, not even that. Now Siren's undead. Now, remember in Final Fantasy there's one key tenet to remember. Healing hurts a lot to undead. So much that this is actually the most effective way to kill it. Showing kindness and friendship. Unfortunately, we can't do that always because the other disadvantage of this form is it packs a huge wallop. I mean, oh god damn it. That worked out in our favor, I guess. Kill yourself first, then we can use a more generic heal spell on everyone. And that is why we got antidote. Because Lena gets poisoned. That's one of the three themes of Lena. She gets poisoned. Not even for good reasons. She gets poisoned because she's stupid. Siren has become one with the living. Now in a normal run, rolling White Mage, this battle's probably the easiest one. By far. And now Haste. This is somewhat troubling just because that means we're gonna have to less time to deal most of our damage. And it's only really a Black Mage can fully utilize the current time of battle. Well, the zombie phase of battle. So we'll go and heal everyone else up again. Siren is now one with the undead again. So let's hope we can do enough damage to take her down for good. Because this is just a slow... I mean, unfortunately, all the right skills keep firing, so Siren stays alive. But not enough to beat White Magic. Because we beat her, we get a free bronze shield, which is not as good. We would want something more armor-like, because it's cheaper for us in the long run. Okay, so we're out. Welcome to the world map. Here it is, if you haven't seen it. You have 10 more. 22. Just joking, don't have 10 seconds. Don't want to stay on that. Especially because the goal is Metrissa and her husband. Couldn't remember his name for some reason. Yay, everyone is in the back. Surely this will not have any ill consequences. For Bartz, because Bartz will miss regardless, because Bartz is terrible at damage. Take him down! And we keep missing. Sorry, I get very frustrated by the missing. I mean, we're this early on in the game, we should not be missing as much as we have been. It's not very, it doesn't make much sense. I mean, this is our second back attack, so it could be worse. We could have had a back attack much more often, especially in that ship graveyard, which I don't like personally. Being unable to deal high damage there, I'm just not comfortable, especially this early on in the game. And Ferris is dead. Do me a favor and get in a different row, which won't kill you. Okay. So you'll also see I tend to just throw strategies together and tend to hold out to the last moment to do any meaningful healing. This is more of a bad habit. I apologize for the inconvenience, but that's how I tend to work things. And we have made it to the second castle. Now first things first, I need to pick something up just because I love it. It will make Magissa or Garula a Sidge depending on which one I choose to skip. I'm leaning, since I got a white mage, skipping Garula. Duh. I always mix them up, sorry. Just because now that I have Protect, the one thing that would makes that fight a cinch is now there. Also, we need antidotes. Another thing, I tend to bulk buy status recovery items. I don't really need to because I have Poison Eye. I mean, if we look at magic, let's see the awesomeness of Poison Eye. Cures poison for 2 MP. I mean, that's a fair deal. Especially since Sparks has 51 MP to go around. But still, we don't want to only have him use antidotes. So let's get up to 5. That should be enough to survive. Sorry, just making sure I picked up Frostbite, yes. Yeah, so you'll see that deployed for the Water Crystal. No reason to put it off. Now first things first, magic. Since Bartz is kind of our primary person, we don't really need the buffs. Okay, we have Silence and Protect. It's almost like this battle is made for white mages to help you support, or something. Oh, it's weird. Very, very weird. So now, moving on to important stuff. 3 long swords. Well, I believe there's an item in one of these. Nope. Sorry. Free items, always more fun. So first, everyone will have a bronze shield. Then, here, let's get 1 copper armor, 1 copper curious. Then once we optimize everyone, we can, get better armor to fill out the rest. Anyway, so selling the leather armor, selling the leather shield, selling the dagger, selling the staff even. No. And selling it, we now have enough that we can barely pull out and also pop another bronze armor. And it's important just because we don't know how effective our next job will be, if it's going to be magic or what. So we're going to want to keep our equipment spread out so we can adapt to whatever situation. Have I healed? Yes, I have. Okay, I believe that's everything. So now let's go and, let's pick up 1 or 2 potions, actually. Since excessive hoarding of potions is not penalized, it's encouraged. Especially in this game, which does not hold punches with damage and status ailments. I mean, I think you may have noticed this, but we were getting a lot of them. And they only get more common. But yeah, see, now we're doing 60 damage. We're laughing at our old damage is old. I mean, nothing will ever come of that again. My cat wants out, in, whatever. So, unfortunate about that, but let's keep moving on. Hopefully we can... I mean, I think I'll pop a tent right next to the area. Just because. Lena block like a boss. But yeah, this Frost Rod actually makes this point of the game pretty easy. Because I can skip either this entire fight or the next fight. I will be skipping Garuda just because we can make it a quick, video encompassing all the water crystal stuff. This is literally, I mean, beyond the wind crystal setup, this is so fast. Then again, there's also the fire crystal, which you get quickly after. This game, except for the earth crystal, throws crystals at you like no man's business. I'm gonna also save here just because I don't want to have to backtrack too much. So let's start heading up. This is North Mountain. You'll recognize this play later, but currently North is up. So let's go north. And now it's probably the most confusing enemy in this entire game, Gale Cats, which are Scottish flying cats. Okay, have I made my point? At least I believe. That's Celtic, at least, the way to spell it. And now we're fighting multiple Gale Cats. Unfortunately, we will not be able to kill them all at a time, forcing us to suck up some damage. Hopefully, though, we can make it just to a safe point and use a tent. I don't really like using my potions, except when I have to use them. Because cottages, and tents are so much more expendable. The potions to battle. The wolf gained a level, that's good. It will help him. Now, these purple flowers, if you haven't played the game, inflict poison. Hence why I will not run across on them. And yes, that's the cockatrice. They inflict stone this early in the game. This game holds no punches. It will give you everything. Fortunately, its activate chance isn't that common, so we stand a pretty good chance of making out unharmed like we just did. But there's always the chance that we'll end up less fortunate than we were then. Fortunately, it goes down without much more of an incident. We make more money, Ferris gets a level, more stuff happens. Now we have two cockatrices. And of course, we'll continue missing like champions. I mean, seriously, we just missed 4 times in a row. And see, that's why I like shields. Evasion rate is superior to any other method of defense. Don't you guys dare! Oh, god damn it. Yeah. And now he did it. They did it. We're gonna try doing it without it just because I don't want to run away until I know there's no night. God damn it! Okay, so finally one died. But yeah, it's that kind of thing which constantly missing, which is partially why I like offensive mages. Unfortunately, we won't have one until maybe next time. Sorry, I get very frustrated by missing repeatedly. Like that. Yay! Everyone gains gil. Hearts is a rock. Fortunately, we have magic, heal everything. Which is why I didn't really care. Now, as you see, everyone's back up to thing, which is good because we have a boss. Probably another one of the more difficult bosses. The main thing is... By the way, this is important if you haven't played the game. Poisoned arrow? Guess what she's going to start with? Poison. However, we need someone else to use an antidote because we really don't want to spend time, which we could be spending throwing up protect. Very, very important we have as many people of the frontliners protected by that by the time her husband. Yeah, we're that awesome. And Magista just stands there. I don't. And then she strikes her just to add insult to injury. I'm starting to think she's kind of mean. Now, time to throw all common sense out the window and start using Protect. Because we do not want to... I mean, I could silence her, but I'll be doing that once her husband comes out. We do not want to... Come on! Drain is an instant kill, by the way, at this point of the game. And I hate whenever she uses it for that reason. It's a pain, and it just makes this encounter much more difficult than it needs to be. And if I absolutely have to, because of it, I will break a rod. Okay. Yeah, keep throwing up, Now, we're going to... Oh, come on! See, this is the annoying thing. For one thing, now I have to bring her back to life. Actually, I'll use Cure, because we've taken some damage and I'll let my Freelancers handle it. But now, essentially for no good reason, we're forced to bring Ferris back to life and waste more items. This... I mean, literally... I actually think I'll try silencing her, just to stop this, because her spell arsenal is a pain. Didn't work, oh well. Keep stabbing her. And that's why I want her. Especially because once her husband comes out, let's throw Protector on Ferris. We'll have Lena throw a potion again at Ferris so she has some decent HP. Very good that we use that potion. Especially because now we can throw a Cure out on everyone and bring them up to this. But now we have to deal with Forza. Forza is a very fun encounter, and hence why we went protecting everyone. Especially because he does that. And she does that. So we're gonna keep trying to throw a silence on her. Ha! So now she cannot cast any spells, ever. She is out of spells for this match, making her Jorgen really the only enemy on the stage now. Oh, yeah, see? Especially because she'll continue, she has a pattern which she follows. Now she'll just cast that pattern, do nothing, and waste turns while we'll be beating up on her husband. White Mage makes this fight easy. White Mage makes this fight really easy. Especially in the natural run, which is what we're doing here. Because you don't even have to deal with damage anymore. Hey, it's not like I'll ever fall behind. I mean, even when Forza's regen does activate like it just did, it only did 4. I mean, that's because Forza would be absolutely unstoppable if it did actual regen levels of healing. Let's bring Ferris back up to full HP. And do more stuff. Oh, apparently it wore off. But yeah, Magissa now is defenseless. She did no additional damage or healing during the entire round. And now we've got her cornered where she cannot do anything but just take our hits, and hopefully, yeah, her silence wore off. I guess it's not one of those. I thought silence lasted longer. Oh well, now she's harmless again. Because only 20 damage. Not that matters, she's dead. So we get the power drink and the whip. The whip is a damage upgrade, well, kind of. We won't be using the whip, but it's in theory a damage upgrade. So, guess what? Lena will talk to Hiryu, Dragon, and now she'll go and take damage from poison flowers. Now, I don't know type of flowers which inflicts poison like that, or why Parts isn't running up and giving antidotes to Lena. However, Hiryu is a boss. He is the boss, and it's a tragedy when we lose him. But yes, here we go, people. Hiryu, badass. By the way, Parts is afraid of heights. So, the natural thing for friends to do is to troll him. Now, we're off and away to a new set of adventures. Isn't this fun? No, we'll have one quick stop to drop by before we actually go and finish all of this of the water crystal and hopefully get my class on in a more timely manner so I can actually discuss it with you guys instead of just rambling. Actually, I'll probably ramble because I think, as annoying as it can be, I think it's kind of nice to know kind of what your options are how your options are affected by it. Actually, I can start covering them now. So we actually have only 5 more classes to deal with, but technically a total of 10 we're rolling from, since we don't have White Mage to roll anymore. We have for it, we have first, let's go with the best, the Mystic Knight. The Mystic Knight's main thing is they can inflict status ailments like no one's business. They just laugh at everyone else. They can inflict break, they can do fire damage, they can do it. And more importantly, they can do this all and bypass reflect for weaknesses. Yes, Chancellor. King Tycoon is alive. Yes. But anyway, it's definitely one of the top 3 classes for the water crystal. Next, let's go with Berserker. Ugh. Berserker's main thing is that they are berserkers. They are always berserk status, so they have 1.5 permanent damage up, and they wield axes, which ignore 1/4 of the enemy's defense for calculations. They hit hard on pretty much anything, and they have the Doom Axe, which I will be using to help kill the crystals, unless I roll some other things. Yes, your sisters. Now give each other a hug. Whatever. Moving on. So yeah, Berserkers really have no gimmick. They attack. I can't control them. They're kind of a pain to deal with. So our third class we have to deal with is the Time Mage. The thing with the Time Mage is that they have Time Magic and Meteor, the most powerful spell on its own in the game. Now, Flare can be boosted to be more powerful than it, because Black Mages are in general more powerful. And they're calling us insane. But, for the most part, it's very nice to be a Time Mage because of this reason. Get out. Sorry, cat annoyances. But, moving on. We have to pick up some awesome equipment. What classes am I forgetting? There's 3 of them. I'll go over the rest later, since now we're going back to doing relevant stuff. So we have to head to the archive, the treasury, and pick up some pretty nice equipment upgrades, which I'm more picking up now because I still have to fight to get to Garuda. With the rod, you can just smash it and take him out in one shot. I mean, so we have actually an equipment upgrade for everyone, except the flail will have the healing staff, which heals when we hit people with it. That will actually be our primary form of recovery. Now, since fairest of all of our people has the most strength, giving her the Ashura will maximize her effectiveness. Meanwhile, since Galoof has the second most, he should receive the whip, which is a Beastmaster thing. Finally, with Lena, we'll give her the next most powerful, which is the Diamond Bell. So yeah, I mean, Freelancers, they can wield whatever weapon that they can get their hands on. Really nice class to play with. We can't use them in this. Whatever. Except now, because we have unlocked their classes. It's complicated. And actually, seeing we've passed the 1 hour mark, but people, we're gonna keep this video going until we get and finish the water crystal. Fortunately, Waltz is a very short arc. It's we go there, crystal's in trouble, we go up, we fall on our asses a few times, we go and get the crystal. Easy. And it also has Shiva, but we won't be able to do Shiva until at least the next area. But we will do Shiva. Yeah, it's a very easy. This is I mean, with the rod we break the game, so we have to rely on it. I mean, there's no reason to not rely on it. And things go wrong. Well, not really. Guess what? Another meteor. They really like that meteor effect, by the way. They show that like 4 times. We'll kind of just ignore. We can explore it later, but I really want to finish this and cut this video to a close because it's been an hour. No one should have to bear with it for a bit. And actually, we can park right next to the tower. Fortunately, very smart. Oh no, people died. Oh no, a random encounter. Now, again, the main thing we have to pay attention to now, you have to slow down to make sure that we don't actually accidentally hit an enemy with healing save, since it will heal them unless they're undead. Which, here's the hint, most enemies are not undead. Also, fun fact about the healing stave, it can solve that issue with a relatively easy solution. Ferris is asleep, so can't do a thing, right? Well, what I was going to show you is the healing staff hits, and it's only a physical attack that will stop it. So, believe it or not, that would have woken up Ferris without dealing any damage. It's very nice for confusion early on, which is for when enemies confuse you, because literally it's just automating the process. And here's the hardest enemy in the tower. Yes, I know I just healed it. It doesn't matter, he went first. Fortunately, it still goes down without much of a fight, and it drops a potion for me. King Waltz, dead, pretty much. See that chest? We won't be getting it for a bit. So, we just live with it. We get a Maiden's Kiss. Fun fact, we will not face Toad in this tower. 6th floor, nothing. 7th floor, more round. Yeah, Waltz is a very short dungeon. I mean, this is literally just as short as, if not shorter than, the temple arc. And that was literally, for the most part, us walking up. And that's this area. It's walking up, getting to the final floor, so we can fight our enemy. I'm really speaking awkwardly. Victory, we get some gil, experience, and AP, and 2 potions. Incidentally, I like. Because I'm Elmer Fudd now. God damn it. Yeah, sometimes I do this, so we'll have to climb all the way back up. Sorry. Okay. There we go. Silver armlet is accessory, which we can equip to severely increase, well, not severely, but increase the defense of Bart's as a white mage. It's an okay item. It will, of course, be replaced once we get some actual stuff that boosts damage, holy damage. Or I don't know if that's it. You get ether. No, these vines don't climb to anything. We're just walking up here for this. Say hi, soldier. Soldier dead. And here we have boss battle. So, anyway. This is a really tense battle, but I'll show you the easiest way to beat it. Step 1, equip Frost Rod. Step 2, use Frost Rod. Step 3, laugh. Step 4, pick up Lena's remains. But you see the point here. You can take out a significant amount of HP with that. And as long as we don't activate its counterattacks, we can heal up and get ready for an actual full frontal assault. Unfortunately, Lena will probably stay dead. Unless... especially because we're out of Phoenix Downs. I mean, if we do it, then we get this. And we're gonna wait. And actually might as well attack. Ha! Paralysis. Of course, I forgot to re-equip Farah, so she did no damage. Oops. So the main thing, that's the reason we have the whip, because it can stun certain opponents, like this jump. Let's have the Shura again. And go Katana. And it's over! That was so nice. So... let me go and open up my Twitter so we can get anything about it. Until then, you can watch the crystal blow up. Hashtag water. Okay, so we sent something, but yeah, we failed. We'll let that load and see what comes from it. And then hopefully by the time it matters... okay, now he dies for real. It's okay, man! Not a legendary hero. Which we are. Literally. Okay, yes, Ferris? Want to tell us what's up? Yes. So that's Berserker, our favorite class. We also have Mystic Knight. I'm actually kind of interested. I've never rolled a Mystic Knight for my practice runs, so I'm hoping that I can roll it and elaborate a bit. Oh, by the way, it's exploding. Okay, sinking, exploding. Exploding's the next area. Run! So yeah, the king dies. Okay, let me take a moment to check. Okay, and Bulbor is sinking like a boat. But up comes Soldier to save the day. Soldier's so nice. No, Soldier will eat us alive. Hey guys, just looked up and got mine. Lena is a berserker. So yay. I don't know, the issue with Berserker Risk is it randomly assigns it, so it could be literally in my Earth Crystal slot and just rolled it because I technically didn't have something for it yet. Berserker Risk just hates you. I'm gonna rush past this because it's kind of depressing and don't want to deal with it. So, Thanks a lot for making this depressing game. So I guess that's it for this installment. Tune in to the next video, which should be up in a couple more hours, for Let's Play Final Fantasy V for Job Fiesta. Random Natural Berserker Risk, now with more Berserkers.